Workout started. Steady 36 minutes at zone 3. Go. GPS on. Auto pause. Workout resumed.
Well, hello, this is the Running Jackal recording his Wednesday show for you. This is take 2 of my Wednesday show. The reason it's take 2 is because take 1 I messed up because I was distracted.
Workout started. GPS on.
I was distracted by all my gadgets I forgot to check the volumes. The music was way too loud and everything else was kind of being drowned out by the music that you can hear now. So, the wood guy, yep, I have to go and get wood. I had to go and get cash, I should say, for the wood guy, which I got. And after that, I realized that when I was uploading the show, that the volumes were completely unusable. Unfortunately, I lost something in the business. I have to edit the first 5 minutes off the front of the old show and add these 5 minutes to it. Now, with any luck, this is going to work and you will have an almost seamless episode. The only problem now that I'm having to deal with is holding the phone in such a way that it's not going to pick up too much wind noise, because I have to keep an eye on the dials so that I don't do the same mistake as I did earlier on. I spent all of this morning trying to avoid the recycled truck, and here he is again. Oh well. It's a learning process. I've been learning how to do this for a long time. You would think I would know how to do it by now, but it's not that easy. It's been an interesting morning, let's put it that way. I've seen a lot of people I know. Bill and Natasha, we had a long chat about the dog. I don't think I can salvage any of that, because the first 5 minutes was when I was talking to Bill and Natasha, and that's when this music would have been way too loud to use. I also bumped into Sue McGuinness. She was waiting for a bus. I was telling her about running with Derek tomorrow and running with Rob possibly on Friday.
Time 3 minutes. Distance 0.28 kilometers. Cadence 39. Average heart rate 71. Workout average pace 10 minutes 36 seconds per kilometer.
She was off to go bowling for the Special Olympics. She and Rob used to work together, but they got laid off when the restaurant they'd been in for 12 years closed, leaving them with no work. Anyway, maybe that's Rob over in the distance. I see somebody who looks a bit like Rob coming this way. This is Lambrick Park School. We all used to have connections with the school, me through my kids and him as a student. He's a fair bit older than my sons. They're in different years. The shot putters are here practicing. No, this one is the hammer. The guy is practicing with the hammer. Yep, it's a ball on a string. Morning. No, that wasn't Rod, that was one of my neighbors. Acme Supplies, cleaning supplies and equipment. Yeah, it's been a noisy 5 minutes for you guys. I'm sorry about this. But as I say, I'm going to try and salvage the Wednesday show from the ashes. I also have to do a little bit of a touch-up at the end of the show. I might actually just leave that as is. Or I might actually do as I say and record a bit of outro. So this is the Running Jackal saying bye-bye on take 2 of the Cash for the Wood guy. Bye-bye. And hello again. It's okay. Hello, dogs. Stay, Jasper. So this is San Juan Avenue leading to Mount Douglas Park. And then I'll run through the park, through Glendenning, and out the other side, heading towards Bow Park and Bow Road. But I'll explain that when we get there.
Zone 1.
Coming up on 1K.
Zone 4.
Zone 4. That was a quick jump from Zone 1 to Zone 4. Anyway, I promised Norma I would listen to Samantha.
Zone 3.
And I would run until I hit Zone 4. And then hike it off. This is an uphill start. Starts off as going downhill to where I saw Bill. And then it's a steady climb up to Harvest Lane. Hi. Lots of ravens here.
Distance 1 kilometers. Workout average speed 8.86 kilometers per hour.
Not sure why it's giving me my readout in kilometers per hour. Let me just check. I might have it on e-bike setting. Which won't be the end of the world. But, yeah, doesn't really matter. Yep. I'll be listening out for the appropriate messages.
Zone 2.
Even though, according to Strava, according to iSmooth Run, I should say, I am on my e-bike. I can change it later. But that's the only setting that gives me my speed in kilometers per hour. It also tells me every kilometer how I'm doing.
Zone 3.
I heard zone 3. So pretty soon I'll hear zone 4 on this uphill section. I can hear the straps of my backpack. That's
Zone 4.
Unavoidable, I'm afraid. So zone changes I have. Zone 3 is my target.
Zone 3.
That's the one. I normally walk a little bit in zone 3 and then start running again. Today is recycle day, so very soon I'll be away from the cars. Looks like they're finally paving, what's it called?
Zone 4.
Parkside. They dug it up to put in new sewers, and then they left it for the paving crew, and I believe they're starting paving now.
Zone 3.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm in shorts today. I was going to put my long training pants on, but they're kind of stained. I think I must have spilt my porridge on them.
Zone 2.
I was trying to get a flu shot today, but I phoned up Save On Foods pharmacy, and they said that they're out of vaccine and they're not sure if they're getting any more. So this is about the 10-minute zone. I was hit Harvest Lane around the 10-minute mark, but I did stop to talk to Bill and Natasha, so there will be a slight discrepancy there. Even though the auto pause would have kicked in, the recording would have continued. The audio recording would have continued. That's the thing. I have to remember I have two apps going. Excuse me. The voice recorder app and the iSmooth Run
Zone
app.
1.
Zone 1. See, my heart has calmed right down, but this is a steep climb now. I will get into Zone 3 without even having to run.
Zone 2.
Very soon. Up I go. Up the steps near Dr. Shikandi's house. Up, up, up. Into my beloved park. So tomorrow is Thursday. Tomorrow is my long ride to Sydney to run with my friend Derek. I will be recording with the Sony with him, because anything that involves two voices, you're better off with a Sony than the phone, unless you're both
Zone 3.
motionless, same distance from the phone. That works okay indoors at a table, but outdoors he would have to be right on my shoulder for him to be picked up at the same kind of volume as me. But this way, using the Spreaker app, I think the volumes are automatically boosted to a good broadcast level. Morning.
Good morning.
It's hard to know when to start running here. It is steep enough for me to stay in zone 3 with the hike. But I will start to jog once again, just to keep to my 36-minute target. The next kilometre will be coming up quite soon. I think I'm at just over a mile now. 1.6.
Zone 4.
Zone 4. Told you so. Almost at the top here of Todd Trail, where it meets Glendenning. Yeah, I can hear the trucks
Zone 3.
on Parkside, the road crew doing their stuff. Melting tar. I should be able to smell that pretty soon too. The unmistakable smell of warm tar in the morning. So far my leg is bearing up quite well. I'm not pushing it too much. Keeping within my power zones. Coming up on 2K. As I start to head down again.
Zone 4.
But we'll keep running because it's downhill now. Unless I hear a zone 5.
Zone 3.
Three hikers to my
Zone 4.
right.
Zone 3.
People are getting a bunch of texts from their exes, at least like on Valentine's Day, like at like 3 in the morning or something. Yeah, that was a big period.
Distance 2 kilometers. Workout average speed 7.57 kilometers per hour.
Yeah, definitely set on kilometers per hour, which means that this will effectively look like an e-bike ride until I edit the data on my phone. We won't get too many of those kilometer speed readouts because the whole run is going to be 5K total. So I've had 2 erroneous messages now. Hi. As long as I can hear the zone changes, that's all that I'm really concerned about. Zone 3 is run, zone 4 is hike. It's a very good spot for dog walkers here. Hello.
Hi.
It's a very old-looking dog. Very old, grey eyes, cataracts. Probably the eyes looked grey where they should be clear. It's remarkable how pets can hang on. I was listening to a podcast this morning about the first seeing eye dog. It reminded me of Graham and his litany of issues with seeing eye dogs. I've known him with chemo, Dudley, and now he has a dog called Marsh, which in French means walk.
Halfway to your goal.
So that would be 18 minutes recorded. Probably 19 by now because of the little chat with Bill. Well, apparently these German shepherds were trained in Switzerland originally. And this was back in 1922, I believe, when the first applications of using dogs to help. Hang on. Some guy getting towed away there. Yeah, these first seeing eye dogs. Nobody had thought of using dogs as service animals until then. So much noise today here. The guy with a lawnmower, probably using it to bag up leaves. That's what I use my mower for these days. Not only does it pick them up off the lawn and stick them in the bag, but it also pre-chops them, which makes them
Zone 4.
better candidates for the compost bin. Zone 3 and then about 15 steps. My strap seems to be working well today. My heart rate's
Zone 3.
strap. 1, 2, 3. I have to remember when I start running again to go off slowly. It's weird, everybody else is trying to go faster and harder, and I'm trying to go slower and easier. But that's just me. There goes a guy on an e-bike. He is not making any effort at all to pedal. He's just using it like a scooter. Well, whatever. He probably has to charge it up every day. With a bit of pedaling, I can normally do a full week from one trip to see Derek on a full charge. I get back on half a charge, and then depending if I'm going out again, if I'm just going shopping I don't bother recharging, but anything over an hour I would charge up the battery, even though I have half a charge. But you have to rethink the power output of the battery. You have to forget about gasoline. The one advantage that I see of gasoline is that it's good right down to the last drop. There is no change in power output. But with a battery, this is not the case. You get more power when the battery is full than when it's half full. And then if you start increasing the power assist.
Distance 3 kilometers. Workout average speed 8 kilometers per hour.
As you start increasing the power assist, then it starts draining still further. So if you're going out for a 20k outing, you're better off recharging right to the top. That way you'll have full power. I'm curious to take it on a very long depletion ride. I think I could probably get 90k before I would have to start looking for a place to pull in for the night, which is kind of limiting. You have to look for, if you're doing a 200 kilometer outing, you have to look at breaking it up in the middle. The other thing would be to have a spare battery fully charged. But the batteries cost $300 on their own. That is another disadvantage of the electric vehicle. The battery will eventually need to be replaced after so many years of recharging. Turning onto Livingston Avenue, heading towards Bow Park. I fully intend to utilize the connectivity of my phone. Once I get to Wi-Fi, I will upload the show as I sit and have my sandwich. Hello. I'm planning to have some kind of brunch. I have an appointment with the wood guy at 11. No need to get back too early. So I might as well have a sandwich. Paid for exclusively from my family's empty can deposit return. I am eating my way through the money that I got from returning the cans the other day. Alright, this is Bow Park now. I'm about 10 minutes from finishing this run. Eight kilometers an hour is 5 miles an hour.
Zone 4.
It's easy to remember. So it would take me an hour to run 5 miles. And this is 5k, so that's why I'm factoring that magic 36 number into this run. Did you hear Zone 3? I did. I think I did. Anyway, I'm off again.
Zone 3.
Hello. So this is Bow Road, heading to Arrow Road. And I'm not passing a sign for Bow
Zone
Park.
4.
I'll take a picture of it. Hi there. I'm just going to take a picture of this sign here.
Zone 3.
Bow Park. Do you ever go into that park? Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Hello. So the first voice you
Auto
heard
paused.
was an
Workout
old lady,
resumed. Zone 2.
a little Chinese lady. The second voice you heard was a Filipina care worker heading to a house to attend to a client. That's what we used to call them in those days, even though we were medical
Zone 3.
practitioners. They were clients of ours because we worked through an employment healthcare agency contracted by the health authority. Anyway,
Zone 4.
that was one of the best things I did in my mid-50s, was retrain as a care worker. I got to meet some very interesting old men, most of them vets from the war.
Zone 3.
If ever my heart rate monitor died on me, I could probably almost guarantee to predict what it would be saying. I have a feel for it now. I used to wear a heart rate monitor way back in the old days, and I used it in those days as I use it now, to train within an easier zone. The temptation when you first start competing is to always run balls out, so to speak. And then pretty soon you see some massive improvements in your performance, but then you get issues, injuries, stuff
Zone
like
4.
that. Zone 4. Eventually, my heart rate strap failed, and I decided to abandon it. Hello. I think at the time I was trying to change the watch battery as well, and I managed
Zone 3.
to mess it up. So without the watch, the strap was useless to me. Mind you, nowadays, with these shareable apps,
Distance 4 kilometers. Workout average speed 8.03 kilometers per hour.
these shareable technologies, I probably could have used that strap again. But it was one of those ones that you had to lick the contacts to make better electrical contact. So we just heard the 4 kilometer. I am now within 100 meters of finishing.
Zone 4.
I will take it right in to the mall, just for the acoustical anomalies you will hear.
Zone 3.
Zone 3 means I run, even though I'll be stopping very soon. Probably up to about 35 minutes now. I could have used the button. I chose to go with the flow, if you know what I mean.
Zone 2.
All right. So now I will check on the state of affairs. You'll hear the phone coming out of the
Zone
sock.
3.
I had zone 3 there. Just took a picture of the back of the mall. Yep, I'm still recording. Let me put the outro music on. As I
Zone 1.
decide. Well, hello. This is Carlos again, trying to make amends for having recorded at the wrong levels. This is the outro that you should have heard. That was unusable. Alright, so the music is playing at the right volume. Hello.
How you doing?
I'm still walking back with my cash for the wood guy, and I'm about to cross Tyndall, which is the street just about 300 meters from my house, as I bring the Wednesday show to an end. And I shall now have to do my splicing and dicing. Bye-bye.